Haiti Biz News Show, Monday to Friday, bringing you news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, entrepreneurial activity. Today is the 27th of June. Let's talk about it. Things are a little bit different this time. Things are a little bit changed vis-a-vis our format. Felt that I was a little too far away. I felt that, I don't know, I could be closer to you guys. So I thought, let me change the position. Let me put the camera a little closer. Let me talk to you a little bit more direct. Y'all let me know. I like this style, or maybe should I put it back to where it used to be? I'm liking it. It's a lot closer. I feel like I'm talking to someone rather than speaking to someone. You know what I mean? Talking at versus to. Two very different, two very important things. Let me know. Should I keep it? What we're talking about today, the topic du jour, the World Bank came out with their global prospects report, specifically the Global Economic Prospects Report. And of course, first thing I did when that sucker dropped, hit Control F, typed in Haiti, and tried to find every single thing of Haiti on there that I could find, right? Just to see, where we're at and how things are looking. Now, obviously, being in the country, being involved in the country economically, I already know that, things are not good, right? It's not where I certainly want it to be. You know what I mean? Given the political social unrest, given the devaluating good, given the government deficit in their budget, given the non-functionality of the parliament, given the fact that we don't have a PM. And I think I'm running out of breath for reasons because I could keep going. I need a pause. You know what I mean? And so just wanted to, just take a look and see where we were, where seasoned economists were in their perceptions of where our numbers would be. And the numbers will speak for itself, right? From an earlier projection of somewhere around 1.6, 1.8 for this year, we're sitting at or expected year-end GDP growth of 0.4%. Bear in mind, we have a population growth rate of about 1.5. So though we have a positive number, in actual terms, when you count the growth of population, we're actually negative because you always need your GDP numbers to be above what your population rate is to indicate that you're actually growing in wealth and opportunity for those who are actually living in the country, right? And so we're seeing a negative number. That's a problem, right? And of course, the reasons cited are the very same reasons I just told you why I wasn't too optimistic before cracking this report open, right? Socio-political unrest and continually bad governance, and that's a pretty decent umbrella where you can just socket all the many problems that are currently affecting the Haitian economy, right? On the bright side, right? On the bright side, we're not in last place in the Caribbean, in Central America, right? We have Ecuador at 0% expected growth, Argentina at negative 1.2%, and Nicaragua at negative 5%, right? So yay for us for not being the shortest midget. Just go Haitian for one. you get your silver linings where you can get them. You know what I mean? But all jokes aside, all comments aside, right? This is a continual trend for the next, what the report stated us being at for the next 3 years. They gave GDP projections of between 1.8, 1.7, 1.6 to as low as 0.6, 0.5% for our GDP growth. That's not going to cut it. And the fact that the next step of actually moving forward, right? If we were to follow the IMF in any case, right, would be to follow an austerity pathway. An austerity pathway meaning we restrict our budget further because we're in a massive deficit right now, in part to not so much our spending, but more so our inability to collect taxes, right? I mean, we just came out of DGE. Employees were on strike, and since June 1st, haven't collected a penny of taxes up until earlier this week when they decided not, to end or you do a truce. So that's almost 2 months, right? Because we're sitting, or sorry, a month, right? Almost a full month, because we're sitting at the very end of June where we haven't collected taxes, right? So it's things like that that are going to lead us to be even more austerity, austerous, right? In terms of how we spend and what we need to do, right? And that generally means a further decrease in GDP while we're doing the right thing, while the economy restructures, right? And assuming and hoping that this is not accounting for the fact that we won't be doing the other necessary things that I always talk about on this program, which is what are we doing for the business community? What are we doing to help foster investment and rule of law, and allowing registration to happen quicker, right, and easier, right? Transparency, yeah. You if you watch the program, already know what I preach every single day. Is that going to happen? That needs to happen, right? If we're going to go in that direction. It's in my analysis. This is why it's even more important, why it's even more critical, right? That you who are watching, you think about Haiti. You think about how can we engage this country in a way that will provide economic empowerment, right? Because the government's not doing it, right? The business class here on the ground aren't doing it, right? And so it is going to take, again, you guys who are watching to say, all right, well, we know the path forward, and if no one else is going to do it, we need to do it, right? And so it's even more crucial, even more critical when there's an expression in business, when the streets are red, that's when you want to go in and win. The streets are red right now in Haiti. Come in, make an impact, make a difference, right? And hopefully we can change these numbers. I don't. A lot of folks will criticize me, Chris. You only report the good stuff. You only report the positive. No. You must be new here, because I tell you how it is, right? And I talk about numbers like this. I talk about reports like this. That this is certainly doesn't put Haiti in a light that I would like to highlight, right? But we're talking about it, and we're talking about it in a way that hopefully we can encourage those to know that it's not totally hopeless. We need to engage the country, but we need to engage it in a way that's going to make sense. It's not charity. It's ideas that's going to employ, increase wealth, economic value in the economy, so we all can win, and these sort of reports can change. And eventually, through what we're doing, we will imply a positive impact on the government. All right? So you already know, you like what I'm doing here? Monday to Friday. Leave that comment. Love your feedback. Love your thoughts of the subject. How exactly can the diaspora engage, and how can we actually impact change? What sort of business ideas you have in mind? Leave a comment down below, right? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification. Follow me on all the medias, on Twitter, on Facebook, all that, right? And again, we'll be back at it again until we're back at it again. Peace.